Broadcasting more than 2,000 games live and archived in 15 sports in over 10 counties in western Pennsylvania, as well as being the exclusive home for all the WPIHL playoffs and championships for nearly 2 decades. Anytime, anywhere, always there. We are the new Triblive High School Sports Network.
Welcome to PIHL Hockey 2017, here on the Triblive High School Sports Network. High school hockey at tribhssn.triblive.com is sponsored by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Carlow University, by Dollar Bank, by AstroTurf, by Chick-fil-A Robinson, by WQED, and by Trib Total Media. Now let's head ringside for all the high school hockey action only here on the Triblive High School Sports Network.
Good evening and welcome to continuing coverage of the 2017-18 PIHL season here on the Triblive High School Sports Network. Tonight it is game number 2 of a doubleheader here at the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmarville as the Central Catholic Vikings welcome the Cathedral Prep Ramblers. I'm Sean Meyers alongside my broadcast colleague Lee Mohn here on the call. Chris Lackner manning the camera for this video broadcast as we have a matchup of 2 teams that are traditional powerhouses in the PIHL and currently residing in the highest classification, AAA. Central Catholic, after being a finalist a year ago, surprisingly off to a slow start, 2-5-1-0, 5 points for the Vikings, 20 goals for, 27 against, 104 penalty minutes on the other side. Cathedral Prep making the trek from Erie, 5-3-1-0, 11 points, 37 goals for, 24 against, and 212 penalty minutes. I'm Sean Meyers. And now I'm going to bring in Lee Mohn. Lee, we just saw a thrilling shootout contest that went in favor of Shaler over Pine Richland in AA. Now we go to 2 traditional heavyweights here in AAA, but a team in Central Catholic that's looking to right the ship. It's not going to be easy at home tonight, though. A Cathedral Prep team that's playing some good hockey.
And Central Catholic on a 0-5-1 streak right now coming into this game, so they have not been playing too well. And it's kind of strange to be looking at the standings and seeing what Central Catholic down in 7-8. They still take 8 teams in the playoffs. I mean, it's still a long way off from that. But you would think Central Catholic is going to get, starting to right the ship is what you said. But they're going to have their hands full here with Cathedral Prep here tonight.
One player that has been instrumental in the team's success for quite some time has been Nathaniel Cava. Although it looks like tonight it's going to be Norbert McDermott between the pipes. On the other side, it will be Nick Dinner for the Ramblers.
And McDermott coming in with a record of 1-2 with a 3.55 goals against. Dinner with a 3-3 record with a 2.5 goals against.
As we are quickly underway here, Cathedral Prep wearing the orange jerseys with the white numbers and the black trim going left to right as we see it. Central Catholic in the home white jerseys with the dark blue numbers and the yellow trim going right to left.
Yeah, these 2 teams met in football. First game of the year this year, and Erie Prep destroyed Central Catholic.
The Ramblers preparing for a state football championship this week. Central Catholic's football team surprisingly not still playing, as this one's dumped the length of the ice. And
not surprised.
Less,
Pine Richland's that good.
Yeah, absolutely. 24 seconds in, we have already had 2 icings called against the Ramblers. Central Catholic under the guidance of head coach William Conley. Dan Parra guiding Cathedral Prep. As the Ramblers win to draw, play it behind the cage, and Ian Steff has it. Steff moves it up back to center ice where it's played by Central Catholic's Jonathan Bieber. I assume no relation to Justin as a long shot comes in and a rebound opportunity as it's steered wide. Now a sharp angle shot never makes it on the cage. McDermott wasn't able to control that first rebound well. And now a backhand feed in front, a turning shot, and a goal for Cathedral Prep. It takes less than a minute for the Ramblers to get on the board, a scramble in front, and one of the Cathedral Prep Ramblers was able to shovel it past the goalkeeper, McDermott. It's 1-0 in favor of the visitors.
They're going to either go with Jordan Adams or Patrick Kelly with that goal, I'm assuming, right out front. And McDermott, I don't know if he ever saw it. It's a quick start here for the Ramblers.
We'll pick up on that goal score if we can as soon as possible. Nonetheless, a great start for the visitors. He's back in his own territory as Michael Orlando for Cathedral Prep. Now an outlet pass, an errant one as it goes deep into Vikings territory. Giving chase back for Central Catholic is Ayako. And now Central Catholic enters the offensive zone with some speed in the form of Anthony Perdue, but he's shielded away from the puck. Centering feed intercepted. And a feed in front, and Central Catholic gets the equalizer. Dylan Fallow was able to receive that pass and unleash it quickly past Nick Denner. We have 2 goals just over a minute and a half into this contest. We're deadlocked.
Just when you think Prep might control this game, there's a great centering pass from behind the net to find Dylan Fallow. Picks up his 2nd goal of the year. Tied this game at 1 just a minute, he said a minute and 33 in.
Now, the Vikings, I'm sure, weren't happy to give up a goal in the first minute, but that's about as good of a response as you can have. Some physical play in front of the benches. It's now into Central Catholic's defensive territory. Sharp angle shot that time by Kowalas, steered away by the goalkeeper McDermott.
Yeah, Central Catholic's usually a pretty physical team.
Backhand pass gets out of the zone. As picking it up is Jacob Bond. Bond skates 1-on-3 and not liking those odds, will just dump it deep. Christopher Parks back for the Ramblers. A lot of big bodies for Cathedral Prep, especially on the back end. Gerlach gives chase now and plays it up the near side boards. Can't get it out, however. Good job keeping it in by Hooks. Haven't heard any word on the goals yet as this one's in front, and a tap-in goal on a wide open opportunity for Jacob Guest. It is 2-1 Central Catholic.
At this rate, we're not going to get the first goal till about the end of the first period by the time they announce it, because there's just so many goals. Wide open net there. Easily being able to put that goal in was Jacob Guest getting his first goal of the year. Easy pickings there. 2-1 Central Catholic.
A wide open net for Guest to deposit it. So we continue here. We are just 2.5 minutes into this opening stanza, and it is 2-1. And now off the skate of one of the Ramblers back into Cathedral Prep territory. Getting back to it is Steph, and he plays it the opposite way. Patrick Kelly now skates it behind the cage. Cathedral Prep having a hard time getting out of its own territory right now.
First goal from Erie Prep, James Sturm got the goal, assisted by Jordan Adams and Donovan Cullen on the assist.
So Sturm's 6th tally of the campaign. Mallow and Guest have since answered and given the Vikings the lead. 13:37 remaining, a long shot just misses the cage for Cathedral Prep. Vikings back to it. Bieber has it, plays it ahead. Now skating with some speed through center ice is Caparelli. He goes behind the net, but loses possession. Well, I would assume that neither coach is happy with the defensive effort in the early going from these teams. 7 combined shots, but 3 combined goals already. Now 4 minutes in, and a turnover by Cathedral Prep. Tough angle shot is bobbled, but ultimately held on to by Dinner. And that'll stop play with 12:58 remaining. As now Cathedral Prep skates out. 2-on-3 entering the zone. Nice little move, but the pass never made it through. Good job defensively to break it up by Siganik. Now it's in the corner. Team's battling for it. Good 2-on-2 battle for the puck. Central Catholic and Purdue ultimately win that battle. Now it's right back out to center red. And the Vikings could have a 2-on-1 low shot. Dinner makes the save. Held in at the near side point. Now the puck trickles out. It could be an opportunity here for Cathedral Prep. They had a player open initially, but Krasuski was just not able to get the pass in time. He had some room. Now dumped in by the Vikings. John Meyers, Lee Mohn here on the call on this video broadcast with Chris Lackner manning the camera. Glad you're tuning in tonight for game number 2 of the doubleheader on the Triblive High School Sports Network. Hockey coverage really getting ramped up beginning this week as the Ramblers force a turnover in the offensive zone. Not able to capitalize initially, and now the Vikings do play it out.
We got hockey this week, and this weekend we get the basketball starting this weekend with a couple tip-off tournaments and some local tournaments going on.
Out at Upper St. Clair.
Yeah, I'll be at North Allegheny covering some girls basketball.
It's a good play at the neutral zone for Central Catholic. The Vikings have some numbers in the offensive zone. Tough angle shot, fought away that time by Dinner. Now the puck cleared the length of the ice. Will it be an icing? No, the officials wave it off, saying it was deflected.
Yeah, Lexi Hooks might have caught the outside of the post, couldn't tell there.
Feltry having some trouble with it in his own zone for the Vikings. Leads to a turnover. Now far point, slap shot. That one high of the cage. Good stick handling by Cathedral Prep's Colin. He leads the team in assists and points right now. See why with those hands. He has it again, puts the brakes on. Now drops back to center point. Whiffing on it partially is Orlando, and then Orlando goes sprawling out.
Yeah, good effort there. Get that puck out of his own end.
Now a big collision at center ice. Vikings enter the offensive zone. Backhand feed. Second backhand attempt coming for Bertoni. Doesn't make it on cage. We have a delayed penalty upcoming against Cathedral Prep. Vikings still have possession, however. Get the extra attacker out there. Around to the near side point. Now the puck off the mark on a pass, and it's touched up by Cathedral Prep, but the Vikings about set to go to the power play. It'll be the first man advantage either way tonight.
A good opportunity here for Central Catholic. They've really had that pressure since that first goal.
There's 2 players going to the box.
We got a hooking call and a cross-checking call.
So it will be a 5-on-3 for a 2-minute period. One of the guilty parties is Colin. The other is Orlando. So a golden opportunity for the Vikings to really gain control of this contest, already holding a 2-1 lead. Central Catholic wraps around the boards, comes out to the near side point. Played to the half boards. Now back to center point. Over to the far circle. Back up top. Puck redirected down low. And the Vikings play it down deeper. And now it's cleared. So 30 seconds elapsed and nothing even close to the goal so far for Central Catholic.
Yeah, good play there by Jacob Emerson. Good defensive play.
Colin and Orlando in the box right now. Vikings wrap it around the boards. Now play to center point, to the near side. It's Martin. Martin skates in, gets it down lower. Turning shot is steered away. Now to the far side is Siganik. He plays it up top. Wrist shot, and it's in. might have tipped in front, but it was Dane Martin who unleashed it. It is 3-1, and one of the players comes out of the box. It'll still be a 5-on-4 power play for the Vikings.
Yeah, I'm taking a guess. I'm thinking Anthony Purdue might have got a piece of that out front. As you said, that puck looked like and sounded like it changed direction a little bit. So Central Catholic taking advantage, making it 3-1.
Definitely hit something. I don't know if it was a Viking, a Rambler. Nonetheless, 3-1, and the power play continues for another 50-plus seconds. Vikings looking to add to the lead. Now it comes out of the zone. Bertoni has it on the backhand. Some pressure will just leave off to a teammate, George. Offense has been certainly on display tonight. 4 goals already, not even halfway through this first period. Now it's played back to the point. 15 seconds remaining on the man advantage. Long shot unleashed by George, and this time Dinner able to make the save and hang on for the whistle with 14 seconds remaining.
Yeah, Freivogel almost got a piece of that to try to deflect that in. Erie Prep can't afford to give up another one right now.
Vikings have a tough angle shot and a good save by Dinner as the final seconds ticking off the clock. Ramblers not able to clear the first time, and now they are back even. Comes out in front. They had a man open, but he was going to the box. Adams replaces that player, but the icing is whistled. 3-1 in favor of the Vikings. 7:28 remaining in period number 1. I'm Sean Meyers alongside Lee Mohn here on the Triblive High School Sports Network. Hockey action coming at you tonight. Doubleheader. This is game number 2. And a shot in front and a good save by Dinner. Point blank opportunity for Central Catholic. It was Hooks who had that chance. Now it bounces over the stick of Sala for Cathedral Prep. He's able to get back to it, but then turns it over on a blind pass. Goes down low to Vallo. He has one of the goals tonight. Tries to play it through. The first time doesn't work. Gets it down low the second time. Backhand feed in front. It's deflected. Ramblers couldn't find it initially. Now they do and get it out. Bouncing puck settled down. Now the Ramblers back in their own territory. Good move to enter the zone. That was made by Emerson. Emerson still battling behind the net, but he's outnumbered there.
Yeah, Emerson got through a couple defenders, just couldn't get the shot off.
Remember, it is not Kava in net, it is McDermott for Central Catholic. His numbers 1-2-0-0, 355 goals against, 887 save percentage entering tonight. Vikings having a hard time getting it out, but now we're able to do so. Comes back to Prep territory. Gerlach has it, moves it across. Now centering pass off the mark. Doesn't matter, however, as Cathedral Prep's Sturm gets to it. Trying to get to the slot, but stripped of the puck that time was Sala.
Yeah, Bertoni with another good defensive play.
5:30 remaining, period number 1. It is 3-1 in favor of Central Catholic over Cathedral Prep. This AAA contest. The Vikings have just 5 points entering play, 11 on the other side for the Ramblers.
So looks like the other way right now, doesn't it?
It does. Cathedral Prep scored 53 seconds into this contest, but 3 consecutive goals, the most recent of which came on a 5-on-3 power play for the Vikings.
Yeah, key was answering so quick, too.
Central Catholic territory. Palumbo trying to get it out, not able to do so. He leads the Vikings in scoring. It's a shot on net. Now a rebound opportunity. Puck's loose. No one can find it. Turning shot misses wide. McDermott had it right in his pads, and now a second time does. This time was able to get the trapper on it for the whistle to stop play with 4:44 remaining.
Yeah, it looked like Koalas was going to go top shelf on it, but I don't know if the puck ever went through, or McDermott looks like McDermott might have made a save. Couldn't come up with a second shot because McDermott was able to corral it. Shots even at 7 now.
There's a bit of a stoppage here as getting his equipment fixed, his dinner. Looks like an issue with the mask. As you can see now, the official and one of the members of the staff for the Ramblers overseeing this repair. You can't play goalie without a fully functional helmet.
Well, you could, but they're not going to let you, though.
Yeah, and I don't think that would be channeling maybe Ken Dryden or someone back from many, many moons ago.
Ken Dryden, wow.
Well, I believe he actually was in the era where they did wear helmets, although they were more so just kind of masks.
Right.
Even before him, I don't think the goalies had helmets or masks at all when hockey began.
I don't know how they did it.
Yeah, it was a different era, to say the least, as the Vikings clear the zone. Cathedral Prep chasing in the form of Patrick Kelly. Gets to it, goes D to D, and it comes right back to Kelly, who overskates it. Now he comes up with it, a backhand pass, so intercepted. Right back to the Ramblers. And dumped deep by Kowalis.
I don't know how the pro hockey players play without a cage. And, you know, considering how many teeth they lose over the years.
Yeah, they do have to wear visors now, but you know, you're right.
Still, I mean, wow.
That only does so much.
Yeah.
The high school level, of course, the helmet and cage required.
As in college.
Central Catholic holding the 3-1 lead in period number 1 over Cathedral Prep in the AAA classification. The Ramblers wearing the orange jerseys, making the long trek from Erie. And now icing whistled against Central Catholic. It'll go deep into Vikings territory.
I don't know how they do it either. People from Erie, I mean, no matter where you go, it's a long drive for them. Even to try to find football games to play. You know, they travel a long way to get games.
Offensive zone draws one, and a turning shot just misses the net. Might have been partially deflected. That one just came out of the zone. Orlando tried to keep it in, but not able to do so. That allows the Vikings to retreat to get it. Central Catholic looking a little sloppy in its own zone. Now we have a whistle and a hand pass.
Yeah. Erie Prep, one of the, in my opinion, one of the best student sections in high school basketball. No, since it's an all-boys school, they get the male cheerleaders. Said, hey, put on a pretty good halftime show.
Much like Central Catholic,
yes,
just for the boys.
But they don't have male cheerleaders, though.
I will take your word for it.
Haven't seen them, let's say it like that. But the prep cheerleader, area prep, they usually have the male cheerleaders. And as I said, they put on quite a show.
Right now, it's the Vikings putting on quite a show on the ice, holding a 3-1 lead, 3 consecutive for the Vikings after Cathedral Prep struck first. Sean Meyers, Lee Mohn here on the call. Chris Lackner manning the camera. 1-on-3 situation for Cathedral Prep. It was Adams representing the one, and ultimately he lost the puck. Now the Vikings try to come back the other way. Entering the zone and peeling back is Bertoni. He's double teamed. Gets it down low. Backhand pass doesn't clear the zone the first time. Now it's skated out. Ramblers could have 3-on-2 here, but it's broken up. Good work that time by Palumbo defensively. After some really wide open play early, things have settled down a little bit here. 8 shots for the homestanding Vikings, 7 for the Ramblers. Centering feed broken up, still loose. The Vikings clear the zone off of the glass.
Yeah, Parks was wide open. He was the one that was calling for the puck.
As it goes the length of the ice. Some dispute that call.
And the referee's already telling the fan to no more. Apparently he must have said one word too much.
That's a face-off won by the Ramblers, and a turning shot, and it goes right into the chest of McDermott, who hangs on for a big save. 2:04 remaining.
Yeah, don't see that too often, fans getting thrown out, but every once in a while it does happen.
Not related to the fans, but we mentioned that the Ramblers already have eclipsed 200 penalty minutes on the season. They do have a player suspended for this game. As a turning shot and a goal. Cathedral Prep pulls within one, courtesy of Jacob Emerson, as he goes far side to beat McDermott.
Yeah, I think McDermott was screened in that a little bit, and Emerson, great short wrist shot, like you said, went far side. I don't know if McDermott saw it. Prep cuts it to 3-2.
So Emerson with a great job there as he got to the prime scoring area and was able to cash in. Makes it 3-2. That goal coming with 1:52 left in period number one. Now the Vikings trying to respond, having the offensive zone, but only briefly. Dumped wide of the cage.
Unassisted is Emerson's goal.
Now another opportunity, but well defended that time. Turning shot made it through. McDermott made the save. Rebound comes to the Vikings as they cleared off the near side boards. 3-2 in favor of Central Catholic. Teams have combined for 5 goals in this first stanza. It'll be a very brief break between periods 1 and 2, just about a minute. Now a tough angle shot. I don't know if that hit McDermott or not as it popped up into the air. Ramblers starting to turn up the pressure. Kelly's able to keep it in. Now the Vikings skate it out. Outlet pass off of the stick, giving chase, but not able to catch up to it is Palumbo. Dinner poked it away with the stick. 30 seconds now left. Vikings play near side to far side. Big slap shot goes well high of the cage. And a collision along the near side corner. Now a turning shot swallowed up by Dinner. Rebound was loose, but not able to get good wood on it. Jacob Bond. And a whistle. Bond would have had a lot of net to shoot at if he was able to corral that one. Just couldn't get good wood on it.
Yeah, Caparelli had a nice opportunity on there too, and I think the referee, I think it was a high stick on the puck is what they called. So the puck will come outside the line with 13 seconds to go here in the first period.
Draw goes forward for the Vikings as they play it deep. That'll force Cathedral Prep's Orlando back. Passes to the far side as the final seconds tick off. We have played 17 minutes. It is 3-2 in favor of Central Catholic over Cathedral Prep. We will step aside. We'll be back quickly for period number 2. You're listening to 2017 PIHL action. It's right here on the Triblive High School Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDrivesYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the Triblive High School Sports Network.
AstroTurf.
Sorry to cut you off, Don, but we have second period action to get to. I'm Sean Meyers alongside Lee Mohn. After the first 17 minutes, the lead is a single goal for the Vikings, 3-2 over the Ramblers here at the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmarville. Lee, you have to feel pretty good about yourself if you're Central Catholic putting 3 goals up in short order after falling behind, but the Ramblers show some signs of life with the late goal as well.
Especially falling behind so early in the game, too. I mean, just seconds into the game, They gave up that one goal, but I like the response, though. I mean, they came out quickly and responded to that second goal. They already got that first goal, scored the next 3. As we're waiting on Nick Dinner to get his equipment taken care of, finally done.
And the Ramblers along the bench, all sorts of fired up. As Cathedral Prep wins the draw, wearing the orange jerseys tonight, going right to left for this period. Central Catholic clad in white, going left to right as we see it. It's deep in Cathedral Prep territory. Ramblers get it out on a good play, and now could have an opportunity ending the zone. Paglia hands off. Now back goes to him. Gets it in front. Low shot along the ice is steered away on the attempt from Emerson. He has a goal so far. Now it comes to the near side, Central Catholic, the first team to it with Vallow. Vallow enters the zone. Going against Kelly. Kelly pokes it away. That pass intercepted, comes right back in on goal, and able to make the stop and hang on is Nick Dinner.
That's one thing you notice in high school hockey, Sean. The goalies don't take a lot of chances. That puck comes around them, they're just going to corral it. They're going to take that face-off. Where, the upper levels of hockey in college and pros, you'll see the little bit better stick handling from the goalies.
They can act almost like a third defenseman on some plays. As the Vikings, Martin plays it deep. Now to the far side with Freivogel. It's near the side of the cage. There's the teams battling. Some physical play as the Ramblers come up with it. Entering the zone now is Adams. Adams gets to the forehand, misses the opportunity. Rebound just wide of the cage. As the officials blow the whistle, net came off its moorings, and I believe they're going to say the faceoff will be outside of the offensive zone for the Ramblers.
What a burst of speed there for Adams. He got around the defenseman, and Jonathan Bieber was able to get a backhanded shot on, but the puck's going to stay in here. Bieber's the one that knocked the net off. Of course, Adams flew right by him.
Vikings win the draw. Along the near side boards, it's Guest. Guest has a goal so far. Centering feed, and it goes in the net. I don't know if that's how the Ramblers drew it up, but Lee Mohn, it is effective. It is 3-3.
Yeah, I think Donovan Cullen, I don't know if Cullen ever passed that, Sean. I think he was looking to pass it, and then it just went short side. We'll see how it scores, but nonetheless, Erie Prep able to tie this game back up.
So we are now even at 3 goals apiece. Now coming just a minute and 29 seconds into period number 2. Indeed, it is Colin as a low shot saved by Dinner, and then the rebound cleared.
Yeah, it's Colin unassisted. So he never did pass that puck off. Looked like he was going to pass it and never did, and that puck deflects in.
From behind the net, throwing it in front, Tyler Shukoff, and he gets an unorthodox goal, but he will gladly take it as McDermott right now is struggling.
Wow. Yeah, just trying to deflect, put that puck in front of the net, and it goes off McDermott and goes behind him. Boy, 4-3. Prep comes all the way back from 2 goals down. Now they have a 1-goal lead.
So Skuchkov able to get the shot from behind the cage off of the back of McDermott and in. 2 quick goals in this second period for the visitors. And now giving chase for the Ramblers is O'Hara. Vikings have it behind the net, but can't do anything with it.
That makes it easy on us, unassisted goals. It's 3 in a row.
Skating through center ice for Central Catholic is Iaceo. Now the Ramblers come right back. Entering the zone is Sturm. Backhand feed in front.
Nice save.
That one is much needed for McDermott as it's now behind the net. Could be a delayed penalty upcoming. Indeed will be. It looks like it's going to go against Central Catholic.
Yeah, it looked like Emerson was going to get his second goal there as Stern has made a perfect pass. Emerson made it deflected on goal, but McDermott, nice job sliding over, made the save, but Central Catholic's going to go in the box here.
The guilty party for the Vikings is Maximus Siganik. 18 penalty minutes for him now.
Didn't see it as a 2-minute penalty, so we're only 3 minutes in here in the second period, too, where he gets 7 goals. Almost 8. Emerson, nice shot there. McDermott had to make another save.
This one comes back now to Prep territory. Kelly has it. Now the Vikings shovel it deep.
The roughing call.
Entering the zone along the near side boards is Emerson. Now he'll play back to Kelly at the point. Over to the far point. Back to Kelly, who skates in on the backhand. Takes it down low. Now out the other side. Back to the point to Emerson. He'll just play it down off the boards. Very patient approach for Cathedral Prep. Up top to Emerson. His shot deflected, out of play. 1:01 remaining in the man advantage.
Got a good puck movement there by Erie Prep.
You get the feeling, the way this one's unfolded, that it's
we haven't seen the last goal, have we?
It's going to be a heavyweight slugfest, you figure, at this point.
Yeah, we're going to be here for a while.
Near boards, centering feet, a beautiful one, but perfect position for McDermott to make the save. Puck still loose.
I don't know if he ever saw it. That puck just hit him, like you said, but he was in perfect position. That's the key.
Gerlach has it for Cathedral Prep. Now entering Adams with speed on a breakaway and a save with the pad. McDermott making some big saves. I don't think Adams got much behind it, but he still had a great opportunity.
How about the speed by Adams? He blew by two defenders and stayed on his skates and put a nice backhand shot on. And McDermott had to be sharp there.
Palumbo coming out to take the draw for the Vikings. Still 34 seconds remaining in the Central Catholic penalty kill.
Yeah, McDermott needed those 2 saves for some confidence.
An intercepted pass. Vikings trying to milk the clock on the remainder of this penalty kill. 12:15 remaining in the second period. 10 seconds now on the man advantage for Cathedral Prep.
Look out.
Adams again showing that speed. He gets a partial breakaway and just goes high of the cage as the net comes off its moorings and shaken up as the goaltender McDermott.
Yeah, I think McDermott might have got a piece of that too.
He is down writhing in pain right now inside the goal. As the trainer comes out.
I don't know if Adams caught him with a stick going by or that puck just hit him in the mask. Can't really see exactly what happened there. That's gonna get, more likely it's gonna get Nathan Kava out here.
So with this stoppage, we will take a quick break as well. 12:04 remaining, period number 2. Well, before I say that, McDermott back to his knees now, so we'll keep it here. It is 4-3 in favor of the visitors. Cathedral Prep. Kava is, or excuse me, it's.
I'm guessing that shot hit him right in the mask, just the way they're reacting.
Zach Lesniakowski is the goaltender warming up. He has not played in a varsity game yet.
That leads you to believe Kava maybe, I don't know if Kava's dressed tonight or not.
This would be certainly being thrown into the fire if you're Zach.
Actually, I don't
Lesniakowski.
Don't see Kava down there, so starting goalie for some reason not here tonight. McDermott, though, going to be okay.
He looks like he's going to stay in there.
Yeah, unlike football or basketball, when the coach comes out to check on you, you have to come out for a play or a time. Hockey, you can stay in there.
Normally we do like to try to converse with the coaches beforehand, but with the doubleheader, that's not a possibility here tonight.
It would have been a possibility, but we would have been about 10 minutes late going on here. Yeah, so.
Yeah, and with the quick action here, we would have probably missed about 3 goals if that was the case.
At least.
As this one's played deep.
We were just blaming it on Chris, that's all.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Chris Lackner, of course, the videographer, as the Ramblers have it. Shot, and that one goes in. Finding Twine is Ian Steff from the blue line. The defenseman gets his first goal, if it was indeed his goal. He unleashed the shot. I don't think it hit anything in front. It is 5-3 Ramblers.
I'm going to say it did not hit anything in front. That's just a good high wrist shot. Easton McDermott continues to struggle. Went top shelf, stick side, and timeouts here can be taken by Central Catholic.
Vikings trying to slow down this Ramblers onslaught. 5 goals already for Cathedral Prep. And that one coming from the blue line.
Yeah, that's a shot. Definitely should make a save on. I see, and looks like we are. Thought maybe we might have a goalie change here. Yep, we are going to have a goalie change. Look like Lezenkowski's going to grab the stick and he's going to make an appearance.
So this would be his first varsity action here in 2017-18. And he will indeed take the net.
What do you got to lose right now?
So Zach Lesniakowski heading into the pipes. More specifically, between the pipes. It is 5-3 in favor of Cathedral Prep. Still early stages of period number 2.
He'll get tested quick.
Emerson just misses the cage on a hard wrist shot.
Well, what a way to get thrown into.
That's not the guy you want to see coming at you. Jacob Emerson, a dangerous scorer. Vikings come the other way. Central Catholic, 3 goals on 10 shots. Cathedral Prep, 5 on 19. Vikings have it down low, centering feed broken up. Right now, if you're Central Catholic, Lee, you really have to try to make sure you make life easy on your newly inserted goaltender, don't you?
Without a doubt, you want to definitely not take many chances right now, that's for sure.
Problem is the Vikings down by 2. They get a shot from the point and a nice save by Dinner on the attempt that time by Siganik.
Yeah, I was trying to see what grade Zach was in, but not listed on the website, so. He's a tall goalie, though, that's for sure.
Yeah. And Kava not here tonight. Had 5 games to lead the team, as well as a 3.00 goals against and a 903 save percentage, but he not a factor as the long shot comes on. The first save in the season for Lesniakowski.
His save percentage is 1,000. How about that?
We'll see if it stays there as the Ramblers enter the zone, and Central Catholic does seem like it's really making a strong defensive effort here to swarm the puck handler. But darting in that time was O'Hare, and it looked like Lesniakowski was able to get a pad on it.
Yeah, he sure did. Nice kick save.
Now back to the point. That shot misses wide. Now he's down is the goalkeeper, but the Vikings able to come up with it. Central Catholic, a bad pass that's going to lead to a turnover. Ramblers keep it in. Down low, now a centering feed doesn't work for Adams. Backhand in front, and it's just directed wide. That one seemingly batted out of the air.
Lesniakowski never saw the rebound either.
And a feed in front and a goal. a great feed and a beautiful finish as Donovan Collin gets his second goal of this contest.
Yeah, no chance for Lesniakowski. That puck came right out front, and it was a great one-timer. Went low, short side, 6-3, Erie Prep.
Ramblers on pace to exceed double digits, and now we have one of the trainers coming over.
They're going to check out the goalie. They're going to make sure McDermott's okay. I believe he got hit in the face mask. But
so Adams picks up the helper on that goal. And the streak.
Sounds like that was the only assist.
Yeah. Had a number of unassisted ones so far. As this one trickles in front, trying to get a block runner. As Lesniakowski not able to do so. Now a rebound squirts free.
Adams almost had another.
Vikings come the other way, just get it deep. They trail 6-3. 9 minutes remaining in period number 2.
Lesniakowski's looked okay here in the first 2 minutes he's been in. Had to make a couple tough saves.
Yeah, no chance on that goal either on a one-timer.
He really didn't.
Purdue enters the zone, has a little bit of separation, but loses his balance. Now a sweeping shot, saved by Dinner, and he hangs on as the stick goes flying.
Yeah, I think the net came off too.
Indeed it did.
I don't know whose stick that was that went flying out, but one of the Viking sticks.
8:34 remaining. Just about halfway through this contest. 22 shots for Cathedral Prep, just 12 for Central Catholic. The Vikings 2-5-1-0 entering tonight. Cathedral Prep 5-3-1-0. Vikings win a draw. It goes back to the far point. Played right back down off the boards. But now comes out. It could be a 2-on-1. And indeed, the Ramblers do have a 2-on-1. Feed in front, broken up beautifully. Great defensive play by Veltri.
Yeah, Adams was all alone.
Take away the pass. That's exactly what he did.
It's the way you want to play it for the defenseman.
Ramblers again enter the offensive zone. Now comes out to center point. Players slow to react as the puck ricochets out of play.
Yeah, Skylar George getting a stick on that. Face-off should stay in the Central Catholic end.
What are you telling the Vikings right now if you're William Connolly, the head coach of Central Catholic?
Calm down. Go back to playing your game. Try to, don't get those turnovers.
Has to feel like an avalanche. 6 goals already. Just about halfway through this contest.
Yeah, have faith in your goaltender too.
So this one's flipped into the netting and out of play.
Right now, Erie Prep's just much faster and quicker right now than Central Catholic.
Looking at the landscape in the AAA classification, Peters Township, the defending champs, lead the way with 15 points. North Allegheny 2 behind at 13, and it's Cathedral Prep, followed by Butler and Seneca Valley, 10 points apiece. Cannon McMillan with 8, Mount Lebanon with 7, Central Catholic with 5, Bethel Park and Plum round out the classification with 4 and 2 points respectively.
Yeah, looking at the stats, it's just seeing Jordan Adams with only 3 goals so far. Seems he has quite the speed.
But he has only played in 5 games before tonight. That's a save by Lesniakowski.
The 5 out of the 9 games, so Jordan was either hurt or called up or one or the other. We're playing football, which is a possibility. Oh,
great save off of the pad in front by Lesniakowski as it ricocheted and somehow stayed out of the net.
I thought that was definitely going in the back of the net, and how he kept that out.
He has made some good saves already. Certainly has been tested. And this one came out of the zone, so the Ramblers will have to touch up. And that allows George to feather a backhand pass out. But a turnover now comes in front to Emerson. He's got a partial breakaway, and he finishes on the backhand. didn't even celebrate afterwards. I was a little caught off guard, but he was able to deposit that backhand into the net. It is 7-3 Cathedral Prep.
Yeah, I was expecting same thing there. I was like, did he save it? Did he not? But just a nice individual move. No chance again for Lesniakowski's. They're going to go console him over there, but not much a chance with a breakaway. Can't do much about that. So 6 unanswered goals here for the Ramblers.
And it was Emerson who led the team with 6 goals entering play tonight. He has 2 already. Now the Vikings get it into the zone, but offsides. That allows Cathedral Prep to move it the other way. Back to the near point, Kelly. Doesn't get much behind that shot. And now Colin plays it down low. James Sturm got one of the assists. Was there a second one?
Yes, there was. Alexei Kowalis, number 20, got the other assist.
Now it's behind Cathedral Prep's cage as the Ramblers skated out. Special thanks, as always, to Chris Lackner. Following all this action on this video broadcast is a long shot. Lesniakowski able to make the save and then hang on. It is 7-3 in favor of Cathedral Prep.
Yeah, didn't see this one coming. Especially after Central Catholic scoring those 3 goals, all the momentum in the world, and then what things just quickly falling apart here in the second period.
Back to center point shot, deposited in front, redirected, and just goes wide of the cage.
Yeah, that was Krzyzewski just tipping it wide.
Vikings having a heck of a time getting it out, but now a pass to Palumbo. He goes 1-on-2 and loses it. Ramblers come back the other way. On the back check to break it up is Palumbo, however. 5:18 remaining in period number 2. 6 straight for the road team as Cathedral Prep ahead 7-3. Now it's played below the goal. Vikings have it, trying to connect with Palumbo, but it's off of his stick deep. No icing as it's waved off. Vikings come up with it. Can't do anything with the centering pass, however. Coming back the other way is Paglia. Backhand feed in front. Now the Vikings enter the zone. It's poked off of the stick of Purdue. 4:30 left in period number 2. Now in front of the cage, it's cleared out. This one, the length of the ice for an icing. Sean Meyers and Mohn here on the call.
Our second intermission, we'll do a recap, and then we'll be back for the third period, right?
We will.
That's about all we're going to have time for. 10 goals here in these first 17. Boy, I'm drawing a blank. 30 minutes.
With math. Yeah,
30 minutes.
As the Ramblers outlet pass off the mark. Looked like it might have been going for an icing, but Lesniakowski gets the glove down on it for the whistle.
Yeah, I could see you had the deer in the headlight look too. It's like, you're on your own. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Vikings win the draw going forward with it. Backhand pass doesn't connect though.
Well, not much offense here in the second period for Central Catholic.
They certainly have not. They got 3 goals in short order in the first, but have been held off the board since. As the puck rolls up the dasher.
Yeah, Dinner really hasn't had to be tested here.
It's been a light Dinner in this second period. 3-on-1 now for Cathedral Prep, and a backhand shot steered away on the attempt by Kyle Martin. Now the Vikings could have numbers going the other way. Instead, they'll simply play it deep and change as Bertoni comes off after getting it into Ramblers territory. intercepting the pass, but not able to corral it. That time was Bond. Now it's played deep by Freivogel as he gives chase. He's the first player to it. Feeds it in front. Not much lumber behind that attempt by Vallow. And cleared around the boards. I mentioned that this is a big week for hockey here on the Triblive High School Sports Network. Today marked the inaugural installment of the PIHL Notebook, which will be a staple every Monday here on our website, www.tribhssn.triblive.com. And just 2 days from now, on Wednesday night at 8, the debut of this season's edition of the PIHL Power Play Show. As the Ramblers get in front in the slot, whiffing on the shot. Now a turning shot doesn't make it through. Kelly with the shot, and he gets the back of the net. Patrick Kelly makes it 8 for Cathedral Prep.
Yeah, Collins won the whiffed on the shot out front, and he was laying on the ground trying to get that rebound. And Lesniakowski, I think, fell down also. Puck comes out towards the top of the blue line. Kelly, boy, what a wicked wrist shot. Hits the top of the net, making it 8-3 Erie Prep.
This is just the 5th game of Kelly's season.
It's a nice looking shot, wasn't it?
Yeah, this back end for the Ramblers is awfully talented. So we'll wait to see if there's any assists, but it's all semantics at this point. 8-3 in favor of the Ramblers as they're in complete control.
I don't know how there could be an assist.
Good save by Dinner. So Colin and Sturm.
Yep, they did give Colin, even though he whiffed on the shot.
Now a turning shot and a great save in front, loose puck. Lesniakowski did a great job coming over and making sure that the Ramblers didn't get their 9th.
Yeah, Emerson almost had the 9th.
Back into Vikings territory. And now we have a whistle on a high stick.
Yeah, looks like McDermott. I haven't seen McDermott. The trainer's still on the bench over here, so I don't know if McDermott went in or not.
Right now, I don't think it makes a difference between McDermott and Lesniakowski, who's in net.
No, McDermott's still on the bench. They're still talking to him.
1:26 remaining, period number 2. By the way, normally we have great assistance on recapping all the scoring with the PIHL Point Streak website. Last check, it was not up and running for this game, so we have a goal for Central Catholic that we still have not accounted for. So that's
second goal.
Yeah, we'll try to get everything squared away the best we can. As the Vikings enter the zone. Now just 1 minute remaining in the stanza.
Those goals were coming so quick.
Paglia goes 1-on-3 and not able to do much with those odds. Now it's back out to center ice. Simeone for Central Catholic. He can't do anything with it. Ramblers come the other way. Skating 1-on-2 is Paglia. It's broken up. Good job now by Guest as he has the puck on a string, enters the zone. Plays it off the boards, but can't get it from there. Now a turnover. The Vikings have it in the slot, but it just rolls off the stick and played out off of the stick of Signiak.
Well, how about during the second period, while you take care of things, I'll take the walk over and see if I can come up with that second goal for you.
That sounds like a game plan.
Yeah.
19.8 seconds remaining in this second frame. It is 8-3 Cathedral Prep. The Ramblers play it to the neutral zone. Colin giving chase. He is a dangerous player for this Rambler squad. They got a lot of weapons, don't they?
Sure do.
Looks like a delayed offsides against the Vikings. It won't matter as the second period has come to an end. It is 8-3 in favor of Cathedral Prep after the first 34 minutes. We'll step aside. You are listening to 2017 PIHL Hockey. You're watching it here as well on the Triblive High School Sports Network.
A pioneer in sports surfacing proudly supports high school athletics. Visit one of their 280 fields in the tri-state area to see their cutting-edge technology. AstroTurf's focus on R&D enables them to provide innovative surfaces that protect athletes and stand the test of time. AstroTurf now propels performance with iconic turf fields and legendary Recor-Tan tracks. They manufacture, build, and maintain a full range of turf and track systems for total quality control. Learn more at astroturf.com.
Check out the new Triblive High School Sports Network on social media this season for breaking news, scores, pictures, videos, links to our articles, and more. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram under the handle Triblive HSSN. Get in the conversation on Facebook at facebook.com/Triblive HSSN. And on our YouTube channel, you can find thousands of interviews with local student athletes and coaches, plus highlights and full games. The spot for Western Pennsylvania high school sports on social media this season is the new Triblive High School Sports Network.
It's the grand opening of Freedom Pizza and Deli, located at 10339 Perry Highway in Wexford. Satisfy your cravings for gourmet pizza, wings, rolls, burgers, calzones, wraps, gyros, hoagies, sandwiches, wedgies, and pasta. Dine in, take it out, or get free delivery. Open 7 days a week, serving Wexford, Franklin Park, Ingomar, McCandless, and Bradford Woods. Freedom Pizza and Deli, located on 10339 Perry Highway in Wexford. Call 724-719-6751.
At American Back Centers, you've got nothing to lose but the pain.
We're talking with Dr. Pete Peduzzi of American Back Centers about VaxD therapy. Dr. Peduzzi, it sounds like VaxD therapy can successfully treat a lot of disc-related problems.
Kathy, listeners need to know that VaxD is an effective treatment for herniated discs, degenerative disc disorder, foot drop, sciatica, stenosis, and even failed back surgery.
Really? So even if a patient has had back surgery and is still having problems, VaxD therapy can help?
Yes, at the American Back Centers, we've successfully treated patients who've had back surgery and are still experiencing pain. Before considering surgery, you should definitely give us a call. VaxD is safe, FDA approved, and has a high success rate for treating disc-related neck and back pain.
Thanks, Dr. Pete. Folks, if you have any of the problems we've discussed, please give Dr. Pete a call or visit the website at AmericanBackCenters.com.
At American Back Centers, you've got nothing to lose but the pain.
We wrap up football and tip off basketball in December with a couple of special shows here on the Triblive High School Sports Network. On Wednesday, December 6th, we have a special tip-off edition of the Roundball Report at 5 p.m. with the top 5 individual players, top 5 teams from each classification, and the first edition of the Trib 10 Power Rankings. Then on December 13th at 5 p.m., it's the final edition of This Week in the WPIAL as we announce the Trib 25 Football All-Star Team. Don't miss the start of basketball and the finish of football with special shows Wednesday, December 6th and 13th at 5 p.m. on the Triblive High School Sports Network.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
AstroTurf, a pioneer in sports surfacing, proudly supports high school athletics. Visit one of their 280 fields in the tri-state area to see their cutting-edge technology. AstroTurf's focus on R&D enables them to provide innovative surfaces that protect athletes and stand the test of time. AstroTurf now propels performance with iconic turf fields and legendary Recor-Tan tracks. They manufacture, build, and maintain a full range of turf and track systems for total quality control. Learn more at astroturf.com.
There's a new fear, not of better options, of rising loan rates. It's real. Rates have gone up, and Dollar Bank still has one of the lowest around. With a rate as low as 3.29% APR with only $50,000 borrowed, fixed for 7 years, there's nothing to fear. You can renovate the kitchen or update a bathroom or two. So lock in your rate now before they, well, I don't want to say it out loud. If choosing the better option is your worry, you can be confident that Dollar Bank's loan experts have only your best interests in mind, since they're not paid a commission. So lock in your rate before they go up again. Get those home improvements done with a rate as low as 3.29% APR, fixed for 7 years. Longer terms are available. Stop by, call 1-800-242-BANK, or visit dollar.bank. Dollar Bank, mutually inspired. Rate is for well-qualified borrowers and includes a discount with a maintained qualifying checking account. Not available for the refinance of a Dollar Bank loan, line, or mortgage of less than $15,000 in new money. Monthly payment of $13.34 per $1,000 borrowed. Other terms and conditions apply. Subject to change without notice. Equal housing lender.
Back here at the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmarville, Sean Meyers alongside Lee Mohn here on the call. We are at the intermission of this contest, and through 2 periods, it has been dominance in favor of the Ramblers. Erie Cathedral Prep holding an 8-3 lead. And as we welcome Lee back in at this time, really a completely dominant second period. Lee, when you look at the first period of this game, the scoring was frantic both ways. Central Catholic at one point had a 3-1 lead. The second period, it was complete dominance. 6-0, the Ramblers outscored the Vikings.
Yeah, they really turned it on after giving up those 3 goals, and got to give them credit. I mean, they really just pummeled McDermott and finally knocked him out of the game, literally, too. In that second period, it looked like he took one possibly off the mask. But boy, the pressure by the Erie Prep Ramblers have been just outstanding, and Central Catholic really no answers whatsoever. And they really turned it up defensively too, because Central Catholic really not many opportunities in the second period.
Yeah, and the shot total reflects that. In the first period, 10 for Cathedral Prep, 17 in the second, 8, and then just 5 for the Vikings. Once again, 2 goals in the first, 6 in the second for Cathedral Prep, 3 in the first, none in the second for the Vikings. Let's take a look at what is definitely the unofficial scoring recap to this point. Again, we don't have the benefit of getting the complete goals and assists, but we'll try to piece it together the best we can. 16:07 remaining in period number 1. That's right, just 53 seconds in. Cathedral Prep's James Sturm got the first goal of this contest, but Central Catholic with a great response. Their first goal, the equalizer, coming less than a minute later, 40 seconds to be exact, with 15:27 remaining. Dylan Vallow lit the lamp to make it 1-1, and then less than a minute after that, Jacob Guest scored. That coming with 14:35 remaining in period number 1 to make it 2-1. And then did we get word on the third goal?
Yes, we did. Anthony Perdue was
right.
able to score from Dane Martin and Maximus Signac, or Cagnic, excuse me. Signac.
So
I apologize.
No problem. We got the goal for Purdue. That made it 3-1 in favor of Central Catholic, but Cathedral Prep did respond with 1:52 remaining in that stanza. Jacob Emerson, unassisted, made it 3-2. That was the score. It was a lead for the Vikings after the first 17 minutes, but things quickly changed in period number 2. Just a minute and 29 seconds in. Donovan Collin, unassisted, tied it at 3. Tyler Shukoff, unassisted, made it 4-3 just 25 seconds after that. Ian Steff made it 5-3 with 11:46 remaining in favor of the Ramblers. Colvin scored again, this time on a helper from Jordan Adams to make it 6-3 with 9:32 left. Then with 6:58 remaining in that stanza, Emerson lit the lamp once more. Sturm and Alexi Kowalis on the helpers to make it 7-3, and the most recent goal to make it 8-3, courtesy of Patrick Kelly, Collin, and Sturm on the helpers. That coming with 2:21 remaining in that period.
Yeah, the PA announcer apologizes. He has a bad voice over there, and they're locked out of the PIHL where they enter everything. He said they can't get on, so he apologized for that too. He said, "Hey, you're doing the best you can, and we'll deal with it. That's fine." So.
And this is certainly a game where there is a lot of scoring.
Yeah, and it has to be
through.
that way. Yeah.
So nonetheless, real quickly here, it seems like Central Catholic is going to have a tough time coming back to win this game. It could happen, certainly. We just saw Cathedral Prep score 6 goals in a single period. But what should be the mindset for the Vikings over these final 17 minutes?
I mean, you got to try to play some better defense right now. I mean, they're really letting Lesnikowski out to dry right now. I mean, he's had excuse me. He's had some he's given up what 4 goals. Or 3 goals. I mean, 2 of them definitely not his fault whatsoever. I mean, he was just the one was a short the breakaway that they had, and the other one was just that one timer. You know, so I mean, they got to try to do a better job defensively in front of him. At least build some confidence up for him. So, But Central Catholic not doing much defensively here. What was mentioned earlier, the prep offense, I mean, just right now they're definitely the quicker team in the ice here tonight.
No doubt about it, and as a result, they hold an 8-3 lead over the Vikings after 2 periods. We'll step aside. We'll get you back for period number 3. You are listening to 2017 PIHL Hockey. You're also watching it here on the Triblive High School Sports Network.
Who showed you how to get to Sesame Street and took you to visit Mr. Rogers' neighborhood? WQED. And now, WQED and PBS Learning Media can help you travel through space, get an up-close look into Vietnam, and be in the front row of a Broadway show. In collaboration with local school districts, community organizations, and local libraries, WQED continues to create experiences that remake learning for students, teachers, and lifelong learners. For more info, visit WQED.org and begin your adventure.
It's the grand opening of Freedom Pizza and Deli, located at 10339 Perry Highway in Wexford. Satisfy your cravings for gourmet pizza, wings, rolls, burgers, calzones, wraps, gyros, hoagies, sandwiches, wedgies, and pasta. Dine in, take it out, or get free delivery. Open 7 days a week, serving Wexford, Franklin Park, Inglemark, McCandless, and Bradford Woods. Freedom Pizza and Deli, located on 10339 Perry Highway in Wexford. Call 724-719-6751.
The team at UPMC Sports Medicine doesn't just rebuild wrists and knees. They build better athletes. Athletes at every level who want to get stronger and faster and prevent injuries. Fact is, no other sports medicine program in the region is more experienced when it comes to treating, training, and inspiring athletes. UPMC, the official healthcare provider of the Penguins, Steelers, and you. Find out more at upmcsportsmedicine.com.
Just about set to begin period number 3 here at the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmarville. I'm Sean Meyers alongside my broadcast colleague Lee Mohn. It is 8-3 in favor of Cathedral Prep. 2 goals in the first, 6 in the second for the Ramblers as they look to improve to 6-3-1-0. Of course, for those new to the PIHL here in 2017-18, there are no longer ties. Games are determined ultimately in a shootout if need be, as we're back underway. Cathedral Prep clad in the orange jerseys, going left to right as we see it as they enter the zone. On the backhand, a feed goes through everyone and out the other side. Vikings had Norbert McDermott begin this contest in net. He yielded 5 goals and then ultimately was pulled as offsides Caparelli on the play, although not only was he taken out because he get up 5 goals, but he was also really shaken up earlier in this contest.
Yeah, he's almost taken out literally. I said I still want to say the puck hit him right in the helmet, right in the mask. Did some damage.
Zach Lesniakowski in his place has yielded 3 goals so far.
We just don't know what's going on with Nathan Cava not dressed tonight here for Central Catholic, so that's why they're going with the second and the third goalie.
Vikings play it behind the cage, but it comes right out on the other side to O'Hara. Now he shovels it in front, loose puck. Ultimately coming up with it for Central Catholic is Palumbo as he plays it out. Now it's on the stick of Caparelli, enters along the near side. Skates to the middle, but loses possession. Right back the other way, Ryan O'Hara, as he has it poked off his stick. A minute elapsed into this third frame. Good work on the backhand by Caparelli as he goes behind the net, plays it out in front. Tough angle shot broken up, second chance. Doesn't make it through as well for Freivogel. Puck goes the length of the ice. Central Catholic back to play it in the form of Siganik. Now we have a whistle and an interference call upcoming.
Wow.
Looks like it's going to be on Cathedral Prep.
So that's early chance here for Central Catholic. Looks like Pagli is going to get that penalty.
Indeed, he is the guilty party.
Chance to get some momentum back here now.
Now you're going to have to chip away slowly, no doubt, for Central Catholic. For the Vikings to the man advantage. Remember, they got a goal 5-on-3 back in the first period. It feels like ages ago. As they enter the zone and just missing that time, hitting the outside of the cage is Purdue.
I think possibly Dinner might have got a piece of that one.
Now back to the near side point. George has it, plays it down low from the circle. Now back to George. Center point, shot hits a body in front and it's cleared out. And shaken up on the play, skating to the bench, writhing in pain is Evan Sally. Blocked the shot, cleared it out, but paid the price.
Way to take it for the team, but
1:15 remaining in the man advantage for the Vikings. They desperately need a goal, down by 5. They're able to hold it in momentarily, but second effort allows the Ramblers to get it out. Giving chase is Emerson. He's dangerous. The Vikings played away from him to Purdue, who now skates into the neutral zone. Still has possession as he enters the offensive zone. Now it's played deeper for the Vikings. A great job skating out of jeopardy and clearing the puck by Cathedral Prep.
So you got plenty of time left in this penalty.
Jordan Adams hits the ice now for the Ramblers. He has looked very dangerous with his speed. Back in on goalkeeper Lesniakowski, who sticks it to a teammate. There's the aforementioned Adams. With some dogged pursuit. The Vikings able to diffuse his pressure. Shot deflected high of the cage. Central Catholic now plays it back to the far point. Big slap shot misses the net by Bertoni. Now to the near point, back to Bertoni. Tries to make a move and dumps the puck down low. Power play up for the Vikings. Good job on the kill by Cathedral Prep. Ramblers enter the zone and a low shot steered away and out of play. Off of the pads and stick of Lesniakowski. That'll stop the clock with 13:20 remaining in period number 3. Sean Meyers and Lee Mohn here on the call.
Let's see if Central Catholic not get some offense going. Good job by the Ramblers. Killing that penalty.
You're going to have you have to load up on the cough drops and things like that after a doubleheader like this, huh?
Oh, it's just, at least I don't have anything going on until Saturday.
Be well rested for the weekend. It is a busy week here on the Triblive High School Sports Network as this goes for an icing. On Wednesday, we have 2 shows debuting for the first time here this season. The WPIL Roundball Report at 6 and the PIHL Power Play Show at 8. I know that firsthand because I will be on both of those shows.
Good for you.
Joined by Chris Harlan on the Roundball Report as a shot on net saved by Dinner.
And Mr. Rebel.
Indeed. And then for hockey, it'll be the trio of myself, Josh Roundtree, Kevin Zolmanski. PIHL Power Play Show. Don't know that we've confirmed any guesses. A big collision as players go down both ways. Play continues. There will be a delayed call against Cathedral Prep upcoming. And now it is touched up by Kowalis. So the Ramblers, we mentioned they have issues staying out of the box, and that continues here. As
Jauskov.
Yeah, a previous goal scorer goes to the box.
I guess a roughing call, I would assume. Looked kind of innocent, but they both went down hard. I'm sure Chris is showing a replay right now.
I'm not sure about that. He can make a lot of magic, but that might be outside of his abilities right now. So nonetheless, the Vikings, for the second time in this frame, go to the man advantage. 12:20 remaining in this third period. All right, so I heard a high stick in there. As now the Ramblers go D to D behind the cage and clear the zone. I'm gonna go the length of the ice.
Yeah, my problem is if I'm going to take the cough drops, but I got a sick wife at home. I'll just continue to relay it back.
It is that time of year.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
I said, you better stay warm going to Hershey this weekend.
One of the interesting notes is that the PIHL does not follow the typical fall or winter schedules.
No, they're fall, winter, and spring.
Yeah, it is thought of as a winter sport, and that certainly is true, but it also begins pretty early in the year as a tough angle shot fought off by Dinner and a backhand misses. Comes back out to center point. Now a big slap shot. That one steered wide of the cage on a redirection. And now we have a whistle as the stick goes flying after the play of one of the Ramblers. 49 seconds remaining in the man advantage for Central Catholic.
Yeah, hockey starts about, what, the second week of October?
Cathedral Prep played its first game on October 9th, and the Vikings played theirs on October 2nd.
Wow. First week of October, how about that?
And the season extends until late into February, the 19th of February for Central Catholic, the 22nd for the Ramblers. As the puck comes back near side, low shot easily saved and now cleared out.
Yeah, good clear in Steph, tall defenseman.
One of the problems that presents, however, in addition to just kind of being a grueling season, because a lot of these players, especially the high caliber skill players, are playing for other teams as well.
Club teams.
Is that it kind of makes it impossible to really play another sport for your school. And that's something that it's kind of just a reality if you're a hockey player. Now, you do see it every now and then.
Right.
But you have to really be able to manage your time well because, as we mentioned, it does not coincide with the other winter sports schedule. It really, in a sense, runs into the spring on the back end and begins pretty early in the fall season as well.
And your practice can be any time right now as a Erie Prep able to clear. Because, I mean, ice time, you might be practicing at 6 in the morning one week and one time, or 9 o'clock at night another night. And it just all depends where the rink has the ice time to be able to do it.
As the power play yields nothing again for Central Catholic. 8-3 in favor of the Ramblers. Just over 10 minutes remaining in regulation. Cathedral Prep back in its own territory, giving chase to Sala.
With no icing call.
Now it comes out in front. Pushed down low and steered away at the last second by Dinner. I don't know that he read that one cleanly the whole way, but he did make enough of a stop. Now the speedy Adams cuts through center, leaves a drop pass. Tried to go back to Adams, doesn't make it through.
Boy, I like watching him skate.
He has it now. Pulls up with a hesitation move. His pass doesn't get through. And now it's cleared out. Vikings enter the zone. It's been a long time since they've been able to light the lamp. The proverbial lamp, I should say. I don't know that many high school rinks do have those goal lights. The Ramblers come the other way. Making a move is Orlando to enter the zone. He gives chase. Now the puck squirts behind the net. Wraparound opportunity once, twice. The save made by Lesniakowski. And Lee, if nothing else, this is a good experience. Probably not an ideal one, but still Lesniakowski's getting a great taste of varsity action.
Yeah, you hate to get thrown in like this. You'd rather have at least have the start instead of getting thrown into a game. But you always got to be prepared. And I think he's handling it pretty well.
He has yielded 3 goals in his time. McDermott responsible for the first 5 as a long slap shot. Making the save is Lesniakowski. He can't cover it up. And a great save by one of the defenders back in front. Puck still loose. Lesniakowski was down, and one of the blue liners for Central Catholic saved a goal by blocking the shot.
And believe that was number 23. Believe that was Dane Martin.
Well, that's great to see if you're head coach William Connolly that your team's still out there playing hard despite being down by 5. Ramblers come back the other way. Great move. Now a shot off the helmet. Rebound bounces over the stick of one of the Ramblers and comes back out.
Oh,
Lesniakowski is shaken up.
Yeah, he's taking it. He's hurting.
Took that one right off of the helmet.
We have to check him out now. I think he was going down for the count there for a minute. Referees are letting him stay in.
Vikings have in their own territory. Now skating it out, Jacob Guest. Guest had a goal many moons ago for the Vikings as he puts one in front. Dinner makes a save. It's hard to believe Central Catholic struck 3 times in a span of 7 minutes back in the first period to take a 3-1 lead. There's a whistle for the net coming off the moorings. And now an opportunity maybe for the Vikings to check on Lesniakowski as he skates into the corner and tugs on his helmet.
Yeah, he looked like he shook it off pretty well. I was wondering there to begin with because you could tell he was stunned. And I don't think Central Catholic, they won't list another goalie, so I don't know what they would do if they lose him.
This one bounced forward for the Vikings. Now a turning shot and a lot of velocity behind that one for George, but just couldn't find the mark. Good pressure by Central Catholic here. Backhand actually goes on the net where Dinner will hang on.
Yeah, third period's been pretty much controlled by Central Catholic here. Had a couple power play opportunities. These last couple of minutes getting a lot of offensive opportunities, but they just can't beat Dinner. Not really getting a lot of good scoring chances.
Now it comes out in front. Vikings have been applying some pressure in this, and a big collision as 2 players go down hard, and you just hope that there's not a lot of retaliation. It was a clean hit, an unfortunate circumstance for Scoochkoff as he caught the puck, and now it's getting ugly as Kelly delivers a hit.
That was the retaliation right there.
So
that was the retaliation. Scoochkoff got leveled.
You know what he did was he caught the puck and kind of took a stride with it, and he was looking at the puck as players from each side head to the box.
Scoochkoff, he got leveled by Palumbo, and he was looking for anything to hit right there. And he didn't see who he retaliated on. He gets the penalty, but then one of the Central Catholic players unfortunately retaliated. So
it looks like it's going to be 2 Ramblers and 1 Viking in the box.
That's I'm going to say offsetting on the taking a guess here right now.
Yeah, well, they have Kelly's number up, so he will be the one that serves the 2-minute penalty.
I'm going to say the other 2 are going to be a roughing or a 5-minute variety. And if I was the referees right now, I'd might make it a 10 just to keep him out of the game and save things. But you could see it happening right there. Scoochkoff, when he got up and cleared his head, he was looking for anything to hit, and he almost took a charge at one of the players, and then they were going. Then one of the other Erie Prep players, they were looking for Palumbo, who threw that hit to try to retaliate.
The officials trying to calm everyone down now, sending the players back to their respective benches.
Yeah, they're going to give a talking to the players right now.
So again, there are 2 Ramblers in the box, 1 Viking. And at this point, I don't want to say it's inconsequential, but by the same token, it is a 5-goal game with just over 6.5 minutes remaining. It's probably not going to make a huge difference in terms of the outcome, but the officials, and I'm sure both coaching staffs, want to make sure that, nothing carries over from here on out.
Is that let's see what the call is here.
I heard a cross check in there. Ethan Iasio.
Sounds like
Scoochkoff also got a penalty.
Iasio got a misconduct penalty. Kelly got a cross-check penalty.
Yeah, so that cross-checking is the only one that will affect manpower.
And I'm assuming the other Erie player got a misconduct also, is my guess. Yeah, referees can do everything, because this is when the type of game and point of the game too, when things can get senseless. See it a lot, not a lot, but you'll see it in the playoffs when games are out of hand. It was a one-game scenario. You'll see just things getting way out of hand if the referees don't take control of it.
Backhand attempt by Emerson for Cathedral Prep misses the mark. Again, it is a Vikings power play. It's the third man advantage of the period. Siganek has it. Carries forward, now passes off. In stride is Purdue. And that shot easily corralled by Dinner, who hangs on. Sean Meyers, Lee Mohn here on the call at the Alpha Ice Complex in Harmarville. Draw one by the Vikings. Now to the near side. Wrist shot by Bieber, doesn't make it through. Now Bieber plays it down low. Goes D to D. Feed into the slot, doesn't work, but it goes back to the point once again. That puck goes through the crease and out the other side. Bieber has it from the near point. Partially broken up now, played out. Emerson could have a breakaway if he can get to it, but good defense. Making that play was Sawecki. Now coming into the slot, getting a shot was Purdue, but he had it blocked out of play. 41 remaining in the man advantage.
Paglia was able to come up with the block, so the puck will stay in the zone. Central Catholic will still plenty of time. 41 seconds left in this power play.
5:12 in regulation. 8-3 in favor of Cathedral Prep.
Have to pick our 3 stars. Triblive High School Sports 3 stars of the game.
That's your big task.
Well, you got all the scoring, so.
You can cheat off of my score sheet if you want.
I'm going to have to. Since our website's down. Not ours, but.
Ramblers clear it out, and now just 15 seconds remaining in the man advantage. Not a lot of urgency here from the Vikings. Giving chase is Colin for Cathedral Prep. And now Kelly's out of the box. So he immediately comes over to the bench. Feed across. Facciano with it for Central Catholic, and now it's behind the cage. The Vikings still have possession. Good job playing it over to the far side. Facciano gets it down low. Now coming up with it, the speedy Adams. Going one-on-one, he's going to create his own room. Misses on the shot, however. And he is a difference maker with his speed.
Excitement every time he touches the puck.
3:45 remaining in regulation. Still a 5-goal edge for the Ramblers. Back out to center red. And at least the immediate results after the stoppage for sorting out all those penalties is that the teams are playing the right way to finish up.
And the 2 Masconic penalties are going to head off into the locker room. Well, actually, Erie Prep player is going to go off the locker room. John Null. Oh, excuse me, not Null. That was number 22, I believe it was. Yeah, Shukoff going off the locker room as his night's done.
Mallow tips it forward, but can't come up with it for the Vikings, and that allows the Ramblers to come the other way. Some fancy stick handling by Krasuski momentarily. A lot of the depth players out there right now for these teams. That's a pass right on the stick of Adams. He enters the zone from the near side, goes to the backhand, loses the puck. Centering feed in front. Second centering feed doesn't work as well. As the battle continues behind the cage of the Vikings. Now back to get it is Kelly. Just over 2.5 left. And he will clear it the length of the ice. Sean Meyers, Lee Mohn here on the call. Chris Lackner working the camera. First game tonight went in favor of Shaler over Pine Richland in a shootout. This one likely not headed to a shootout. It has been all Ramblers from about the late stages of period number 1 and on.
It was a shootout early on. The Ramblers did all the shooting in the second period.
He scored 6 unanswered in that frame, 7 unanswered overall. It was a Central Catholic 3-1 lead at one point in the first. No goals so far here in the third. And it's dumping it deep. Kyle Martin for Cathedral Prep. Once again, for the fans from Erie, it's an exciting week. Not only this game here on the network, but also the championship football game upcoming on Thursday for the Ramblers. Looking to repeat in the 4A classification. 4 WPIL teams will be in Hershey this week. We will have coverage of all of it. Jeanette, Quaker Valley, Gateway, and Pine Richland in 1A, 3A, 5A, and 6A respectively. Now just about a minute and a half left.
Yeah, make sure you bring home some nice fresh chocolate.
This one's slapped deep by Sala. Cleared out right to Central Catholic's Caparelli. He moves it over. Now a low angle shot, an easy save for Dinner as he hangs on.
Yeah, nice to see Mr. Rebel's name getting thrown into the mix for the championships this weekend. A lot of times he doesn't make that trip to Hershey, but he's making it out there. He didn't get a chance to call a lot of football calls, the Saturday afternoon games, because he's always busy on the network on Friday nights.
Oh, he'll have a Friday night game.
Yeah.
Gateway and Archbishop Wood.
He's got a good one too.
I'll be out there as well, and Josh Roundtree will, doing his great work on social media on Friday, and then calling a game on Saturday.
The social media work king.
And he'll be, I believe, in that one multitasking and doing both on Saturday.
Unfortunately, I cannot make it out to Hershey. I said I got a commitment to North Allegheny girls basketball, #1 team in the state, opening up their weekend.
As Cathedral Prep now down under 30 seconds remaining, gets a shot and a good save. Kowalas had that chance, and Lesniakowski makes his first save in a while. As the final seconds ticking off the clock. It has been all Ramblers here tonight. Central Catholic with a brief first period lead, but the second period was anything but closely contested as the final seconds tick off, and an 8-3 victory tonight for Erie Cathedral Prep over Central Catholic. We'll step aside very briefly. We'll be back to wrap it up with the scoring recap as well as the Triblive 3 stars of the game. You're listening to 2017 PIHL Hockey. You're also watching it right here on the Triblive High School Sports Network.
People ask what drives me. It's the respect I have for my opponents, the trust I have in my teammates, a coach who treats me with dignity, and a university that has faith in me on and off the field. That's what keeps me focused, why I practice harder, play my heart out. I play to win. I play for Carlo. Tell us your story using #WhatDriveSYou.
Carlo University is a proud sponsor of the Triblive High School Sports Network.
We wrap up football and tip off basketball in December with a couple of special shows here on the Triblive High School Sports Network. On Wednesday, December 6th, we have a special tip-off edition of the Round Ball Report at 5 p.m. with the top 5 individual players, top 5 teams from each classification, and the first edition of the Trib 10 Power Rankings. Then on December 13th at 5 p.m., it's the final edition of This Week in the WPIAL as we announce the Trib 25 Football All-Star Team. Don't miss the start of basketball and the finish of football with special shows Wednesday, December 6th and 13th at 5 p.m. on the Triblive High School Sports Network.
This is the Triblive High School Sports Network. I'm Sean Meyers alongside Lee Mohn, back to put a bow on this contest and It was a lopsided final, Lee. It was an 8-3 victory for Cathedral Prep over Central Catholic. Really an impressive performance. And that second period, no doubt, was the difference.
Yeah, it didn't start off that way, did it? that first goal in is like, well, it actually started off, getting that quick goal, but then the 3 quick goals by Central Catholic, it's like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen here? Central Catholic with all the momentum, and then Erie Prep finally getting that late goal in the second period, and then, boy, things just turned around. Late goal in the first period, things just turned around in the second period. Just all Erie Prep. Whatever was said in those 2 minutes on the bench in between periods was put nicely onto the ice. So Erie Prep did a nice job. And actually, I thought Leslie Akowski played pretty well, actually getting thrown into the fire. He did give up 3 goals for Central Catholic, but boy, I think 2 of those goals really tough to blame him on. I thought he really played pretty well in that second period. Dinner, boy, he was untouched, really, Harley. He gave up those 3 goals, and Central Catholic, even with the power play chances they had, Sean, not really tested a lot, but he did have to make some saves. He faced 22 shots on the night.
Let's break down how this one unfolded. First, the goals. 2 goals in the first, 6 in the second, none in the third for Cathedral Prep for their 8. Central Catholic, all 3 of their goals came in the first period, none in the second or third. Shot totals 35-22 in favor of Cathedral Prep. The Ramblers go 10 in the first, 17 in the second, 8 in the third. Central Catholic 8, 5, and 9 for their 22. Now the scoring recap, and of course we mentioned throughout that this is not the official scoring recap, but for the most part it's pretty accurate. We got the goal scores right. 53 seconds into this contest, Cathedral Prep struck courtesy of James Sturm. That made it 1-0, but Central Catholic responded very quickly. 40 seconds later, to be exact, Dylan Vallow got the equalizer. And less than a minute after that, Jacob Guest pulled Central Catholic ahead. That coming with 14:35 left in the stanza. It was 2-1 in favor of Central Catholic. With 8:27 left, the Vikings made it 3-1, courtesy of Anthony Perdue from Dane Martin and Maximus Siganik. The power play tally, it was a 5-on-3 power play goal, made it 3-1 in favor of Central Catholic. However, Cathedral Prep struck with less than 2 minutes left in the frame. Jacob Emerson unassisted. That was officially with 1:52 left to make it 3-2. That was the score after the first 17 minutes. The next 17 minutes was all Ramblers. 6 goals in the second period. Cullen gets the first, Donovan Cullen unassisted to make it 3-3. That coming just a minute and 29 seconds in. And just 25 seconds after that, Tyler Shukoff unassisted, made it 4-3, his goal ultimately serving as the winner. Ian Steff made it 5-3 with 11:46 left for Cathedral Prep. Donovan Cullen made it 6-3, assisted by Jordan Adams, that coming with 9:32 left. Emerson again from Sturm and Alexi Kowalis with 6:58 left in that second period made it 7-3. And the final goal with 2:21 left in the second, Patrick Kelly from Cullen and Sturm made it 8-3. There was no scoring in the third. So those are your goal scores tonight. Lee, the final matter of business, the Triblive 3 stars of the game.
Third star is going to go to Jacob Emerson from Erie Prep, had the goal and assist. Second star going to go to James Sturm from Erie Prep, a goal and 2 assists. And number 1 star, Donovan Cullen with 2 goals and an assist from Erie Prep. So a clean sweep for Erie Prep tonight here.
Those are your 3 stars brought to you by Triblive. With the victory, Cathedral Prep moves to 6-3-1-0, good for 13 points. Central Catholic falls to 2-6-1-0 and remains at 5 points. That's going to do it here for this doubleheader. Once again, in game number 1 in the shootout, Shaler defeats Pine Richland 4-3. Game number 2, Cathedral Prep 8-3 over Central Catholic. I want to thank my broadcast colleague Lee Mohn, as well as Chris Lackner, who manned the camera all night tonight. A round of applause for him as we brought to you this doubleheader. That's going to do it here from the Alpha Ice Complex. You've been listening to 2017 PIHL Hockey. You've also been watching it right here on the Triblive High School Sports Network.
You have been listening and watching PIHL High School Hockey on the Triblive High School Sports Network, sponsored in part by UPMC Sports Medicine, by Carlow University, by Dollar Bank, by AstroTurf, by Chick-fil-A Robinson, by WQED, and by Trib Total Media. You can follow the PIHL high school hockey season by logging on every day to www.tribhssn.triblive.com. The preceding has been a special presentation of the PIHL and Triblive High School Sports Network.